Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see, in this game I am playing the Tier 8 Royal Navy Premium Destroyer Cossack. I am divisioned with Ram, who is playing the Tier 8 Royal Navy Light Cruiser Edinburgh. This is a mixed tier match with Tier 10, Tier 9, and Tier 8. We are bottom tier, quite a bit in terms of threats, a lot of hard-hitting battleships, some pretty nice cruisers, and certainly a lot of DD threat in the form of the Gearing, Jutland, Cossack, and Asashio. Now, Asashio's torpedoes, of course, cannot hit destroyers, so really not much of a threat to me, so I'm of course hoping that Asashio is on this side. Ram is running radar on his Edinburgh, and this is a great map for that. So he's going to push in far enough to be able to make use of that. And I will say a big thank you and huge shout out to the other players that were on this side of the map with us. And in fact, the players on the other side of the map as well, they did really well. But you can see that all our guys push south. So often, I mean, it's always been true to some degree or another, and with some of the changes over the last few years, increasingly true that a lot of battleships want to sit way in the back. Then Deadeye happened, and there was even more benefit sitting way back. But in this case, pretty much our entire flank pushed forward. Now I threw torpedoes out because they reload really quickly, and I can see where the indicator is there, and that's just it's a long shot, but it's just a maybe. Maybe there's somebody sitting there who plans to just kind of sit at the edge of the island and come back in or nose in. Probably won't catch anybody, and in fact the indicator is suggesting that I won't, but you never know. Occasionally you do. Now what am I doing? Well, I'm not in the cap yet because I don't want to give anybody reason to start shooting or running straight at me or any of a variety of nasty things, but I'm going to back in. Now why am I backing into the cap? Well, when you're in a destroyer, very often you have to run for your life. I get detected by Jutland.
Smoke generator activated.
And I can see there are two destroyers there. This is Jutland and Asashio. Now you can see that Ram has fired off his radar. And that's going to be very bad for Jutland. Why did I push forward? Well, there you go. There's the reason why. I knew to an absolute certainty that there would be torpedoes coming. So why did I back into the cap? Got distracted. Backed into the cap to be able to do exactly what you just saw me do. If you are nose into a cap and you run into a situation like that where you got two destroyers that are trying to push in and wipe you out, and they've got an eddy behind them and various other ships that are all able to put shells on your ship. If you're nose in, your only option is to either accelerate and turn and show broadside and eat a whole bunch of shells, or you can see Asashio's out there on the wing. That's what got me detected. Or reverse, which means you're still going to be taking shells. If you back into the cap, you can accelerate forward to get away, and you can maneuver. Your ship is just much more nimble and agile, and you can avoid taking damage a lot more effectively than if you're nose in. Now in this case, I know where the DDs are, I know where the threat is, so I can just run nose in like this. But to start the game, I recommend backing in if you have the option. We know Asashio's over there on the one line somewhere. And we can see the smoke from Eddy, so I know I don't have to worry about radar from the Eddy. Now he does have hydro, of course, and it's pretty good hydro and lasts a good while. But as long as I don't get too close, I'll be fine, and I don't see any chance that he's going to poke his head out of that smoke, because he's got a couple of battleships and another Eddy and a Kitakaze and myself all sitting right here waiting. So the conversation I'm having with Ram right now is essentially, and you can see on the other side of the map, our guys over there have done great. Conversation I'm having with Ram right now is he was going to radar, light up the Asashio. Now, I could open up right here, but Asashio's full health, and I'm sitting broadside to a Conqueror. I mean, the Musashi could hurt me, but the Conqueror, holy cow. So I opt instead to just throw some torpedoes out in case the Asashio continues to just run south. He's not coming back this way, so I'm going to position myself just to the south end of that island that you see right there. I don't want to get detected by him in case he comes closer, so I'm going to give him a little time to get the island between me and him, and then I'm going to turn around, and I'm just going to wait for him at the south end of that island. And at close range, with 8 gun barrels, he'll get a good salvo off, maybe 2, but he's not going to stand a chance against this ship at close range. And I can avoid getting blapped by the Conqueror. Not that I won't take any damage, because I'm sure I will. It's Royal Navy destroyers. I love the acceleration on these ships. 10-kilometer torpedo range. I'm not even going to bother throwing torpedoes out. Conqueror's reversing, Sashio's accelerating away. No chance. But there's no way a Sashio is going to be able to avoid getting detected here. There he is. And I imagine this is a pretty decent Sashio player. I didn't check, but you know, he stuck a premium camo on the ship, which suggests that he plays it a fair amount. And he's in my hydro range right now. Although I think my hydro just went down. But he just pushed forward anyway, so that's it for him. I can see the shells coming in from the Conqueror. I smoke up. A little too late. Take a little damage, but certainly could have been a lot worse. So I'm not feeling too bad about it. And at this point, our team has pretty much secured the win. We've only lost 1 ship. Bad guys, well, they've lost 5 ships. We have 2 caps firmly under control. We're about to secure the Bravo cap. The bad guys on every point in the map are on their heels. You can see the enemy Richelieu pushed in there, but he didn't really hit. There wasn't anything he was going to be able to do. And this game's really all over. There's at this point nothing that the bad guys can do. So why am I emphasizing that? Because if you push in, and you push in intelligently, this is the outcome you can get. Especially these days. You know, yeah, there are a lot of raffle stop games where one side or the other just totally dominates. But you know, I waited there before throwing those torps, and even though I waited, still Conqueror juked me. If you push in, and you push in intelligently, and everybody's working together, these are the kind of results you can get. Not every time, but often enough. And you can see what happened when they did. Which isn't to say that sitting back in a battleship is a bad idea, because it's, I have to say, fairly uncommon that you get a team that'll work this well together. Usually everybody's just kind of playing for themselves. And Ram's telling me, Kitakaze threw torps behind you, Kitakaze threw torps behind you, be careful, don't back up. So, and I'm going to have torps back up in 7 seconds. Now, my smoke's about to go down, but it's not going to matter. You can see his guns aren't pointed at me, and he just fired anyway, so even if he gets off a shot with his rear guns, Conqueror's in trouble here. And that's going to be pretty much it. Yeah, almost got me. So I will say thank you very much for joining me. Yeah, that was really close. And I appreciate it. Please like, please subscribe. See you next time.